Okay, hi, this is Wetzel from Attack, and he's lucky enough to talk to me today. And no, I'm kidding. I kid.
I mean, I'm lucky.
You are, actually. Well, you'll get to know me. Trust me. You'll fall in love instantly. All right, we are at Warped Tour. And is this your first time attacking the Warped Tour? Excuse the pun.
Yes, so to speak, it is my first time to attack the Warped Tour.
Awesome. Do you like it so far?
Love it.
Love it. Best tour that you could be on? Except for this summer?
I mean, you can't really compare any of the other tours we're going to do to this one. It's really individual.
Yeah.
Warped Tour is Warped Tour. There's nothing else to it.
Have you met a lot of bands that you hadn't had the pleasure of seeing live yet? And
yeah, I've met a couple of bands, a few of which were like my heroes.
Really? Who would that be?
Under Oath is like the biggest one out of all of them.
Love those guys.
Hang out with some of those guys.
That's very cool. Yeah. So, how about bands that maybe you hadn't ever seen that kind of blew you away, where you said, "Oh, yeah, I didn't think about checking these guys out before, but they're pretty good."
There was one. Oh, I Set My Friends on Fire.
Oh yeah.
They're so good live.
I have never been able to see them live in all this time, so yeah, I definitely would love to see that.
Yeah, they're going out with us for our headliner in the fall. And
Really?
I've known about them for the longest time.
Right.
But I never got a chance to actually see them live. And I mean, like, it's two guys in a band, and they just hire members, so it's like you never really know.
Yeah, exactly.
But they freaking killed it live. So
Oh, that's awesome.
mad stuff.
Yeah, I hope I get their set time today. I get to see it. I never leave here until it's like after 5, and then I get to see the evening set. So my other people are lucky; they're out there right now. What do you have going on right now currently? Do you have a record that came out recently? I think you did, right?
Yeah, we have our debut album came out in November.
Okay.
And we are, we've been touring ever since September.
Right.
Been on the road solid since then, doing Warped. We're actually going to take our first real break from touring after this.
Do you guys get a break? I mean, now it doesn't seem like bands ever take a break anymore. I mean,
No, the only times we've been home was one time when I was too sick to continue a tour.
Right.
And that was the first month-long break we've gotten since September.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna take a break, and then we're going out on our fall headliner to finish off this record, and then in January and February we're gonna go record our new record.
Awesome. Oh gosh, it seems like things have come closer together now.
Yeah.
Maybe for just the fans. For you guys, it's been a while from the last one just to start that process and get it all finished.
We've had a lot of momentum, and we want to try to carry it into the next record.
Do you think, and this is just from kind of what I've seen, since the industry itself has been changing so much over the past several years, do you think that being out on the road and recording a little closer together is kind of a necessity to keep, there's so many bands out there that, to keep your fan base interested and going and growing, and because, CD sales are almost a thing of the past. You're relying on, everything that's online, which is keeping the kids interested.
Right.
And I think that's...
I honestly, I still firmly believe that it's different with every band. And it's really important for your label and your management and the band to work together really closely to figure out what really is going to be best. Because there's some bands who can tour for 2, maybe 3 years off of a record and just keep killing it.
Yeah, I know one that does that.
For a lot of other bands, it's sometimes you can do one record and it's just one of those quick hits, and then you got to keep saturating your fans with other stuff, maybe releasing a couple of tracks here and there,
right? Or
bonus material,
special edition,
maybe a DVD or something.
Right. Have you guys done a live DVD yet?
No, we actually just started filming for a DVD, and we're gonna try to do a CD DVD combo release for our next record.
Those are always fun.
To try to boost record sales.
Right, of course.
We're trying to find some way to actually sell a physical CD now.
Well, yeah, exactly. But having that DVD is great too for people who haven't seen you live.
Right.
Because I don't know, if people are like me, I'm kind of old school. Back in the day, going to shows, the live show is something you geared up for.
Yeah, for sure.
And for me, knowing how a band sounds in the studio is one thing, but when you see them live, it just gives it a whole totally different dimension.
We definitely capitalize on that a lot. I mean, a lot of times, I feel like a lot of bands lose sight of the fact that you're an entertainment act.
Right.
It's your job to entertain people.
Absolutely.
And if you don't do that,
it's not that they're just, they'll be lucky to see me. That's what you chose to do, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And we're really big on that. We love getting on stage, and we love just freaking going balls to the wall.
Yeah.
And just putting on the best show we can, and trying to find out new ways to make it more exciting.
What time do you play today?
6:15.
See, I might get to see you. I might be lucky enough to get out there by then. Damn, I got to do that. Because, see, that's my favorite thing about being in this business. It's not for any other reason than to just get to meet you guys, because I respect the hard work. No one, I think, thinks that bands really work their ass off the way they do, unless they're in the business. They just think, oh, that's a nice job to have, you know. But it's a lot of work to keep people interested, and you love what you're doing, which is cool. So, you know, and then to see you guys live, it's like you see you in your element of what you're really enjoying. So it's my favorite thing. Anything, well, you covered it. Who else besides I said my Friends on Fire are you going to be hitting the road with in the fall?
We're going to be taking out Our Last Night and 2 new bands. One's called Miss May I.
Okay, I've heard them.
Yeah, they're like a metal band from like the Dayton area, from where we're from. Okay. And then also a new band that just signed to our label called The Color Morale.
Okay.
I don't really know a whole lot about them. They're from the Chicago area, I think.
Check them out.
Just from what I hear, they're a really good group of guys. So
that's cool.
So it should be fun.
It'll be a fun tour. All right. How would you? This is what we like to ask on Warped Tour, since we're kind of just chilling. How would you describe your sound live? If you had to make up a genre name, for instance, Miley Cyrus on Acid, I think that was 303's name last year that they gave us. It's just, what would you say a just totally different kind of name for your music would be when you're live?
Honestly, we've been nicknamed Crabcore.
Really? This requires an explanation.
Yes, it does.
You take that 2 ways. So.
It does. We get called Crabcore because a lot of the stuff that like Johnny and Andrew, our guitarists, do on stage, like Andrew squats down like really low and like headbangs, and people say it looks like
like a crab,
like scuttling across the stage.
That's pretty cool.
But yeah, there's a bunch of stuff like that. I know that's the biggest, like most recognizable move.
That is totally original. I have not heard that one before.
There's like a Wikipedia page about it.
Are you serious?
It's bad. It was actually
awesome.
It was on Fox News.
Really?
Like a couple days ago. I think on the 16th.
That's cool.
On the Red Eye.
Whatever creates buzz is a good thing.
Yeah.
Right.
And like we just found out about this like a month ago, and we started
news to you.
And I was like, dude, this is awesome. So
pretty soon you're gonna have your own Facebook just for Crabcore, and people can become fans of that, right?
There it is.
Oh my god.
Like it's already happened.
That's awesome.
We like had to do everything we could just to print shirts to try to get on top of this. Like,
hey, there you go, a good merch opportunity.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
So yeah, that's what we get nicknamed for our stage show.
I'm tripping on your shirt because I just bought underwear with Day of the Dead skulls on. It's awesome. Anyway, sorry. Little sidebar there. All right, this is how we wrap up. We do something different, and we always let bands, if they want to, at the end of our interview, turn the tables, and you can ask me anything you want. No holds barred, and we're not censored, so you don't have to worry about language or whatever, if you so desire.
I don't know, I'm not very witty.
You don't have to be. See, now you know how it feels to think of questions to ask people, right?
That's so much freedom, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, that's kind of rough. It's almost scarier, though, if someone is, like, ready to go as soon as I ask that, because then you're like, oh, I'm screwed.
Yeah, you're like, shit.
Exactly. Dee Snider from Twisted Sister, he was, like, on top of that, like that. I was like, oh, no.
All right. I think I'm cooking up a good one.
Doesn't have to be music related either. I should let you know that.
Oh no, it's gonna be music related.
Okay.
All right. We get asked this a lot.
Okay.
If you could go out on any tour, what band would you want to tour with? So I'm gonna ask you. If you could go out on any tour, what band would you want to tour with?
Now, am I playing on tour with the band, or am I just in my capacity?
Irrelevant.
Okay.
But you can only pick from 3 bands.
So I can put 3 bands on my bill.
No, I'm gonna tell you.
Oh, you're gonna tell me.
You gotta pick which one.
Oh, okay.
You got Skinner.
Okay.
AC/DC.
Yeah.
Or freaking Skid Row.
Skid Row.
All right.
It's gotta be Skid Row.
There we go.
All right, are we with? I've interviewed Sebastian, and he's amazing. Love the man.
People always ask me that question. I'm just like, Skid Row.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I'm from 80s rock era. That's my time. So all these bands, 70s and 80s, like old school classic rock, I'm a fan. You know, it is. Well, and what's funny is that what people don't realize, and this is why people that maybe are my age, they're like, you know, they don't really know a lot of new music unless they're in this business. but it's really kind of stupid because so much of it comes from old classic rock. It's just melded into different things, much like country influences are found in rock and different things, but classic rock has been the basis for so much. So yeah, definitely good question. I like that. Well, thank you so much for taking the time. Hope we get to see you play. That would be awesome.
6:15.
6:15. I have it all, like everything in my little phone, but what happens is sometimes someone else will pop in and I end up staying here. So we'll try. And if you come through Raleigh, which is what I'm closer to, you guys are coming through, we'd love to see you live there too.
Awesome.
Cool. Thanks so much. Signing out.